the prep zone.
Oh my goodness!
Rice, splash down. Oh my goodness, what a hit.
Welcome to the Prep Zone. My name is Grant Yenny. Tonight we're here at Jack Salter Stadium for the oldest rivalry in the parish, Slidell traveling to take on the Covington Lions. Let's bring in someone who knows a lot about that rivalry, Coach Jimmy Inman. Coach, let's start with Slidell. What do we know about them coming into tonight?
Well, the first thing is they're coming off a big win, and Corey Kuzan, look, he's a heck of an athlete. He's actually committed to Oklahoma for baseball, but he's actually spinning the ball tonight on the football field.
And Covington, the Lions, what do we know about them?
Man, you talk about resilience, overcoming some key injuries to big-time players. So they've hit a reboot on the season. They were successful as well last week. See, one of these two teams is going to have a run coming out of tonight, a little winning streak. Let's see who it is.
Thanks, Coach. We'll have more analysis from the press box. I spoke with both coaches moments ago. Let's hear what they had to say, and we'll get to the action. Coach, you had injuries early in the season, worked hard to overcome those. How's your season been since then?
The most important thing, our kids continue to play hard. We're not making any excuses. Every team at this point in the season is going through their bumps and bruises, and for us, it all happened early. So we had, a couple weeks where we had to refine our identity. And I think the last few weeks we've been playing good football. So I'm real pleased with, the effort of the kids and how they continue to push forward in spite.
What's it going to take to get a win against Slidell here tonight?
All the cliche stuff. We're going to have to take care of the football, and we're going to have to stop the run. Their quarterback's done a good job running the football lately. Obviously, they have some talented backs. They've got good players. It's a skill position, and they always are tough on defense and create turnovers. So when it comes down to it, we're going to have to take care of the football, be able to establish our run game, and then, hopefully get some big plays in there and limit those.
Coach, last time we saw your team was the Mandeville game. How has your team improved since then?
We've become a little bit more consistent on both sides of the ball. Mandeville really put it on us, and some things we changed after St. Paul on offense have started to work out a little bit better, and defensively we've been more consistent.
What's it going to take to get a win here at Jack Salter Stadium tonight?
We got it. We can't turn the ball over. We've got to be able to tackle Chapman and the quarterback Coakley and avoid big plays by their offense. And as long as we possess the ball, we'll have a shot.
Jackson Alleman to kick this one away and get the 2023 edition of the oldest rivalry in the parish underway. And this one caught on the bounce. And it'll be great field position for Slidell to start this drive as they start in Covington territory on the return there. And a late flag comes in. This may back Slidell up.
Wow, because I tell you what, Romello Howard right there was lucky 13 for the Tigers. Got to the ball quickly, and, man, look, he was scooting once he got it.
All right, so that late flag is going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct on Slidell. So they were going to start in Covington territory. Now they're going to start at their own 37.
Yeah, it's still going to be good field position, but not great field position because, look, when you're starting the opposition's other side of midfield, that's a nice sight. That's a nice sight if you're the coach on the sideline. You're like, yep, let's do this.
So there's Howard to the top right of your screen, and at quarterback, we talked about him pregame, Corey Kuzan calling for it. He'll fake the give and sling this one out, and it's picked off by the Lions.
Man, that is one heck of a play right out of the gate.
And you say one heck of a play. That's Caden Heck with the interception.
Yes, and look, he's one of those guys that if the moment strikes, he's going to be spinning the ball on the opposite side of the field as, a quarterback. And in this case, though, I guess when you play the position, it allows you to read the field very well. And, man, what a beautiful break on the ball. Huge play for the Lions defense right out of the gates.
Interestingly enough, on the roster, Caden Heck's listed as a quarterback. But I guess with all the injuries that they've had and the movement with the depth chart.
And, next man up, and he's in that position. And, boy, did he step up.
So 1st and 10 for the Lions from the Slidell 48. Coakley alone in the backfield. Calls for it, and he'll keep it himself, rushing forward for about a 5-yard gain there.
Nice decision by Coakley right there. Keeping it, nice vision. Let me find a little seam right here to the right, get a couple of extra yards. So good job by that young man.
Back to it, 2nd and 6. Justin Chapman in the backfield with Coakley.
And he's a talented back as well.
Last week had 160 yards, averaging 7.3 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns.
He can definitely handle the workload, and it just seems like Covington always has a good feature back.
Fakes the give. Looking downfield, slings this one, and it is incomplete. Intended for Smith.
And I tell you what, Smith was open. It was one of those deep passes where if you're just a little bit off, it's going to be incomplete. But a good look for the Lions, and certainly a surprise.
3rd and 6 here.
That pass intended for Smith. Amari Smith.
And again, you got a feature back right there with a lot of room to run going to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 6.
This time in the pistol.
Yeah, 3rd and 6. This is not necessarily a pass.
Give goes to Chapman, and he's brought down for a loss of 1.
Excellent job right there. Big number 88, Jeremiah Birdlow. Only a sophomore, and he was able to reach out, latch on, and drag down Chapman. And he's not, by the way, he's only a sophomore, but he's 6'4", 235. So not a small fellow.
So here on 4th down, that's going to be a false start. Called on one of the protectors there. I think what they were setting up with Coakley and was the quick kick.
Probably so.
Now I'm not sure if the quick kick is just kind of their go-to punt, or it looks like they're going to stick with it. So 4th and 12. Yeah, back it up a little bit further. Back to Coakley, and he'll punt this one away. And a fair catch called. Bobbled there. No, you can't run with it.
And I tell you what, a good kick, and it was a knuckleball, which was what was really difficult to be handled. So good job by Coakley.
Yeah, that was a way to get a good punt off there, especially with not a lot of space to work with. So Slidell's 2nd opportunity on offense now. First one ended in a pick.
It did, but Slidell's defense, was up to the occasion right there, able to put the brakes on that Covington drive, and now the Tigers are back out looking to reset things after that initial pick.
Kuzan calls for it, and he'll keep it himself. And he's tripped up and brought down by number 45. That is Chase Blackwell.
Nice job by Chase Blackwell. It seems like we've had that name forever. But this is a different Chase Blackwell. The Blackwell name is synonymous with making tackles for the Lions.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's got the same build as his brother and the same tenacity.
Yes.
2nd and 8. Calls for it. Kuzan rolling, slings this one out, and it's in and out of the hands.
Guess who?
Falls incomplete.
Number 45 on the play yet again, making a nice play, because that ball was actually in the hands of looked like the tight end, and Blackwell was able to reach in with a paw and knock it down.
A paw, you say? If you get a look at his right hand there on the right side of your screen, he's got a full club going.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He's got a bear claw, not a paw. But nonetheless, he was able to get in and knock the ball loose.
3rd down and 8 for the Tigers. Kuzan calling for it, slings it. This time has a man open, plants, and that is a 1st down and some for the Tigers. Hauled in there by Xavier Barty.
Excellent job by Kuzan. Blackwell was applying pressure. Kuzan was able to stop, plant, and I mean fired an absolute rocket. And the rest, as you say, is history because it was a nice pitch and catch and a first down for Slidell.
And split out at the top of your screen is Makai Gill, 6'3", 275, out there with the receivers up top.
If he catches it, you better have more than one hat. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Sure.
It's going to take a few hats to that ball right there to bring him down.
Slung out, and it's blown up immediately. Good job there reading the play by Bobby Barkley.
And look, Bobby Barkley is not only a good athlete, he's a cerebral player. He reads everything that's in front of him, and that's evidence right there because he broke on that as soon as the ball was released. So well done by that young man.
And Barkley, a junior for Coach Salter.
And you know, look, he kind of is one of those guys that's the general on the defensive side of the ball. So Covington has leaned on him a lot this year, and the Lions will lean on him a lot next year as well.
I was about to say, it's nice to have a junior as one of your generals. Handoff here goes to Watts, and he is brought down in the backfield for a 4-yard loss.
Well done by the Lions front seven. It looked like, if I'm not mistaken, number 93, Brian Jefferson, able to immediately blow that up in the backfield. Jefferson, one of the seniors that, you know, look, the Lions have had a ton of injuries this year, and to key players. I mean, we're talking, you know.
David Harris.
Yes, you know, Lawson Champagne.
Right.
I mean, these are great ball players. Not good, they're next level ball players. So to be able to overcome that, you need your seniors to step up and fill that next man up void, and they have.
Looking to pass is Kuzan, and it's incomplete, intended for Napier.
Good pressure again by the Lions, but man, Kuzan right there showed his athleticism because he was still able to get the pass off despite that pressure. But good job by the Lions defense, and it will lead to a Slidell punt.
Austin Buell on the punt for the Tigers. Snap is back. And that one goes high, but not a lot of distance. And it'll roll, so it makes up for it on the bounce. And it'll be down at the 44-yard line. So that went way up there.
I tell you, we haven't had any rain, but if we had a cloud, it was going to bring some.
For sure. Excellent bounce there. And Covington's drive will start at the 44-yard line.
Excellent field position for the Lions. You know, last drive, they had a little bit of success. Slidell was able to step up and put the brakes on it. So let's see what the Lions offense does with the second bite at this.
2 to the top of your screen. Coakley calls for it. Fakes to gives it to Chapman. And that'll be about a 2-yard pickup on the run.
And again, he's a workhorse. Chapman is a workhorse. And he's one of those backs that he'll get 3 yards here, 4 yards here, and then the next thing you know, it's 40 yards or more. Because he is a special athlete.
Play action. Rolling to his right. Pressure bearing down. Coakley slings this one to the Covington sideline, and he's knocked down hard. And we're going to step away for an injury timeout. All right, so Elsie in at quarterback for the Lions following the injury timeout. 3rd and 8. Coakley was able to walk off the field.
Yes, on his own accord, so that was a good sight to see.
Pressure bearing down, and Elsie's going to be sacked. It'll be 4th down for the Lions.
Man, good pressure right there by the Slidell front line, able to just, get through with some quickness.
And we're going to step away for another injury timeout. All right, 4th down here for the Lions. And it'll be a quick kick. Looks to be with Elsie. Calls for it. Boots it away. Slidell came with the pressure. Anderson was almost there. rolls back, and it'll be returned.
Ball's
He
on
lost
ground.
the ball, and it looks like Covington has it back.
What are the chances?
That's on the recovery, Tyler Ryan.
So good work by the Lions special teams. And I tell you what, it was one of those things, clean strip and recovery. So, and it's the second time we've seen a punt. Earlier it was by Coakley. This time, we saw Elsie do it, and it's just kind of a wobbler, and it's difficult to handle.
But if you're a quarterback here at Covington, you're going to be taught how to punt.
And that's part of the gig. I mean, the quarterback that won the state championship, Darryl Graham, was also the punter, and he went to college on a scholarship that included that.
Fakes the give. Coakley back in, looking to pass here, and it is hauled in for the score by Juwan Brock.
And look, we saw that earlier, and the opportunity was there, and it was just missed. Again, the deep ball, if you're off just a little bit, Coakley wasn't off at all right there. That was on the money.
How about this? Looking at the roster, Brock is only a sophomore for the Lions.
Covington is basically a junior varsity that's playing around a handful of really good senior leaders. Kind of reminds me of Lakeshore. We did that game, last week. Similar circumstance. The only difference is the Lions, obviously, this wasn't of their own accord to get to this point.
Kick is up, and it is good. 5:38 to go here in the first. Covington up 7-0. Kickoff here from Alaman following the Covington score. This will be returned from the 30-yard line, and that's Buell on the return, and he'll be brought down at about the 47.
Good hard running after that receiving that kickoff. And that's got to feel good if you're the Slidell Tigers sideline to look out there and see your special teams making a difference. So, again, nice job, and it sets Slidell up with very good field position.
Yeah, Slidell looking to equalize on this drive, on their third drive of the night. Trailing 7-0 here early in the game. 5:30 still left to go in the first.
And a beautiful strike by Coakley.
Yeah, he went out for that play. We were wondering what was going on. Apparently, whatever it was, subsided quickly. Yeah. Handoff here to Watts.
Nice.
Hard
good.
running by Watts.
Nice job.
About a 8-yard pickup on the carry.
Tell you what, I've been impressed with Slidell's offensive line. They've been able to pick up the pressure. Of course, Kuzan makes that easier to do, because if you do make a mistake, he's so athletic, he can get away from it. So, full disclosure, I know members of the Kuzan family over in Slidell, and of course I know the Coakleys and Elsies and Hex here in Covington. So, good people all the way around.
Give goes to Watts once again, looking to break it to the outside, and
Excellent
he'll
run.
Get a first down before being brought down over there by Jeremy Elsie.
So Watts right there was able to cut in the hole, make a real quick decision to kick it out to the side. Probably picked up another 5, maybe 6 yards after that decision. Well done by that young man.
Yeah, excellent running there. Fresh set of downs now from the 37-yard line.
This is, I guess we would call it a sustained drive, even though it's early in this drive. But Slidell's looking good right here.
And the pitch, racing forward, still on his feet. The pitch out there for Romello Howard.
And again, Howard's only a sophomore, but he's not. Actually, Howard is a junior. But man, he's an athlete. He's the one for the opening kickoff.
Yep.
Grabbed the ball and took off immediately. So showing his athleticism.
Now another first down. Slidell from the 26-yard line.
Slidell putting a drive together.
Slings this one out, has Watts open, and Watts will head out of bounds, and that's another first down for the Tigers.
And again, great job by Kuzan right there. He looked to his left, immediately pivoted, went back to his right, found Watts, but there is a flag on the play.
illegal man downfield. So that'll back Slidell up.
Now that negates a beautiful play call and excellent execution in terms of your skill position. So, tell you, Watts, we've seen him run before, and he is an athlete as well.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of athletes.
Very much so. You know, we talk about the backs at Covington and how they always seem to have a feature back. Slidell
does too.
has a history of that as well.
Kuzan looking to pass. Rolling to his left, and he'll take off. Wow, what a gain there. That's something as well. Slidell always has a quarterback that can create.
In this case, it's Corey Kuzan, and man, was that a great play. Because there was nothing there. He literally got a 10-yard plus run out of nothing.
Just a tremendous athlete. Makes it 2nd and 4, but it was 1st and 15.
Right. So, and again, Slidell's O-line doing a good job right here.
Give goes to Watts, straight ahead, has a room to run through, and he'll get down to the 10-yard line. Another first down for Slidell. Great job by the offensive line there.
Absolutely. Good job by Watts as well. Legs never stopped moving, just kept churning. If you're Coach Maltrisco-Bell, you've got to be pleased with what you're seeing.
2:30 on the clock here in the first. Slidell driving, looking to tie this one up.
And a good drive at that. Everything earned all the way down the field.
Abdullah defending on that last play. First and goal.
Kuzan calling for it, fakes to give to Watts, launches it, and it's incomplete. Intended out there for Howard.
Good job by the Lions just to create a little havoc and, a little bit of pressure. Got Kuzan to release it maybe a tad bit earlier than he wanted to.
Is incomplete.
So 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line.
And this is a big stand for the Lions defense because, is it a bend but don't break moment, or will Slidell find pay dirt? And look, with this drive, I mean, man, you almost want to say, hey, they earned the touchdown, but until you cross the goal line, you didn't.
Give goes to Watts, and Watts will take it to the end zone.
And that solves that problem if you're the Slidell Tigers. What a great job by the Slidell Tiger offensive line right there. He had a convoy, and, man, you're not tackling him if he's 2 yards out with a full head of steam and stopping him from getting in the end zone. Excellent job by the Tigers.
Swinging gate here.
Hadn't seen that in a day or two.
Buell will kick the extra point following the shift. And it's good. 1:56 to go here in the first. We're all tied up, 7 apiece. And this one kicked away by Buell. That'll be a touchback. There was a penalty on the extra point, so there the kickoff was from the Covington 45.
I tell you what, I'm surprised Slidell didn't just try an onside kick right there, just simply because, well,
Field position.
yeah. So, but nonetheless, Coach Scobell has been pleased with his defense, and if you're Coach Salter, you're gonna want to see more of the same, because I tell you, if Coakley can find that deep ball, that's going to bode well for the Lions.
First and 10 from the 20. Coakley calls for it. Give goes to Chapman. Chapman with the hard running, he'll gain about 3.
So good job by Chapman right there, keeping his legs churning, able to pick up, well, on that, he actually picked up 4. So, well done by them.
That'll make it 2nd and 6 with roughly 90 ticks on the clock here in the first.
in the oldest rivalry in St. Tammany Parish. A lot of pages in that ledger. A lot of big moments.
Motion across. Fakes to give. Coakley will take it himself. Racing forward, and that should be a first down for Covington.
Nice second effort by Coakley right there. He was hit with about 3 yards to go, but to get to the first down marker, and just again, second effort was able to pick up the first down.
First and 10.
So fresh set of downs for the Lions.
And I tell you, Coakley, he's a heck of an athlete as well. The Lions are blessed with a number of quarterbacks. We mentioned Heck earlier, and Elzy, he's a senior, has come in, provided some leadership, and played other positions as well.
Looking to pass as pressure bears down, and Coakley will be sacked.
And that could have been a much more detrimental sack if it wasn't for Coakley's escape ability. He didn't escape far, but that probably saved the Lions at least 3, maybe 4 yards. Doesn't sound like much, but there's a difference between 2nd and 17 and 2nd and 12.
Jalen Anderson there on the sack, 6'2", 225. When we covered them against Mandeville, he actually got some reps at running back as well, played Ironman football.
2nd and 13.
That should tell you, 1, what type of athlete he is, and 2, how much confidence the coaching staff has in him.
Coach Salter will let the clock run out to end the first, and at the end of one, we're tied up 7-7. Second and 13 here at the top of the second. Coakley calls for it. Give goes with room to run to Chapman, and he'll gain about 6 on that carry.
Nice pickup by Chapman right there. Looked like he slipped just a tad when he went to make the cut, but man, again, he is such a good athlete, and he's also a workhorse.
Check that. He'll gain about 10 on that one. Excuse me. So, but yes, a workhorse. 3rd down and 4 for the Lions.
3rd and 4.
Long count here.
And this one is incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent pressure right there by the Slidell defense. Came with a blitz package, and Coakley he had to get rid of it quickly. So as you said, it's going to bring up a 4th and 4. Coakley will stay in, but will this be a punt? With only 4 yards to go. The question is does he run to the line, try to get Slidell to jump?
He's back a little further, so the quick kick will go. And that'll take an excellent bounce and roll down to the 13-yard line of Slidell.
That worked out like a champ if you're Coakley, because, again, we saw a punt earlier that had some height to it. This one wasn't as high, but, man, what a beautiful roll once the ball hit. He couldn't have played that better if he was chipping up to a green. It was nicely done.
So Slidell getting ready for its 4th drive of the night.
The last drive was an excellent drive by Slidell.
Yeah, a perfect, complete drive.
Yes.
Marching down the field, and Watts capped it off.
And again, every yard earned. And the O-line did an excellent job for the entire duration of that drive.
And around, and about a 8-yard pickup there by Barty.
And an excellent play call right there by Slidell. So that was ended up being a first down.
That was a first down?
Yes. So, hey, he must have got past the line of scrimmage, the line to gain. So, nonetheless, excellent play call and well executed.
1st and 10, fresh set of downs for the Tigers. Fakes the give. Kuzan passing out to the right, and it's hauled in for a 6-yard gain there by Barty.
And I tell you what, to tell you how good things are clicking right now for the Slidell Tigers, that play looked like it was well defended, and it still ended up being a 6-yard gain.
Excellent job there by Barty, too, using that full extension to
For
haul
sure.
that one in.
Looked the catch all the way in, didn't try to run before he caught the ball, and now it's 2nd and 4.
Kuzan diving forward, and he'll be about a yard shy.
And again, showing his athleticism, but a good job by the Lions in terms of bottling him up just enough to force that 3rd down. So 3rd and 1. Big play right here for the Lions defense.
Yeah, he has that option there. He was looking to pitch it out, but it was covered, so he took off on his own. 3rd and 1 for the Tigers.
I would imagine this is Watt's territory.
Hard count there as play comes in from the sideline. Covington holding discipline.
Well done by the Lions front 3 in this case.
Give goes to Watts. He breaks free. Still running. Ooh, takes a hard hit, crossing the 40, and a flag comes out. That might be a targeting call.
Wow, I'm not sure how that could be targeting when he jumped over someone and basically they collided. But in this day and age, when you're trying to offer as much protection as possible, I can understand the flag, but, well, it just doesn't compute in my head.
Ball carrier.
How about the tough running of Watts there to break that first tackle and then had the room to run?
And if he doesn't get through that first tackle, that probably would have been a stop for the Lions defense. But not only is it going to be a big gain, as you mentioned,
Another 15.
it's going to be another 15 on top of it.
So now Slidell into Lion territory.
The lines are penalized.
So the best thing I'm going to say about that targeting call is, I don't know about that one. But,
Ball spotted
again,
at the
such is life in this day and age.
Kuzan with the give. Bounces off a would-be tackler, and that's about an 8-yard pickup on the run by number 26, who is not on my roster.
And nor mine, since they're identical.
Hit the same roster, hit
That's it.
when you go to print, number of copies, 2.
There you go.
And neither of us have it, but 26 with a great run there.
That's right. Good hard running by the unknown player.
Yeah, 7-yard pickup. And we'll get his name at the half.
Again, I'm impressed with the O-line. Good job by the Tigers.
And a screen. Oh, my goodness. Watts takes a hit there, a la Reggie Bush in 05.
And it's incomplete. So not only a big hit, but a big hit that caused the drop. And now it's 3rd and 3. And sets up yet another big play. So the last time it was a big play, Slidell not only stepped up, but was able to get a penalty on the end of it. So we'll see what happens here, because the Lions defense with a second opportunity to go into bend but don't break mode.
Kuzan calls for it. Give goes to 26, and 26 will try and reach out, but he'll be about a yard shy of that first down.
And this is going to set up a big decision, a big call for Coach Scobell. And he looks like he's sending out the punter.
And, well, now he's running
And-
up.
and
So under center now. They're trying to draw
Yep.
Covington off sides.
good discipline by the Lions, and now back to the punt formation.
Snap is back to Buell, and he gets that punt away.
This one jumps back, I should say.
It jumped back and then rolled again forward, and Dwayne Mills downs it.
Well, Lions defense right there stepped up, so credit where it's due.
Slidell punt is to the
So now the question is can the Lions offense get on track? Slidell's defense has been able to step up the last couple of drives. And look, this is when you're in the shadow of your own goalpost, so your playbook is not as open, generally speaking. So I guess we'll see.
Coakley with Chapman in the pistol here on first down. Give goes to Chapman. Excellent blocking by that offensive line, and he'll gain 8 on the carry.
Well done by the Lions, as you mentioned. Gave a seam, and man, Chapman, he is good. Tell you what, a lot of, speaking of how many years and how many pages in the ledger and, you know, lines in the ledger of this rivalry, got some big names all the way from the bossman's chairs all the way down. So you got Mr. Boudreau, who played quarterback, and Coach Favre, who was a head football coach.
That's right.
So,
oh, ball's loose. It's picked up by Chapman, and that is a first down for the Lions.
well, that's a fortuitous bounce. No other way to say that. In addition to obviously Coach Greg Salter and then you know, Coach Scobell, who coached here at Covington High School as well.
And so he's coached on both sides of this rivalry.
And so has Mr. Boudreau's son, Riley Boudreau, who's the offensive coordinator for the Lions now.
Lions, that's right.
So, man, a lot of ties.
That's a personal foul.
You mentioned
against the
Coach
Tigers.
Graham earlier, too.
That's right.
He was also
That's right.
the athletic director here.
And Wayne Grubb many years ago, who was the coach of Mr. Jabbia back in the day.
That's right.
So, a lot of, like I said, a lot of ties.
Ball placed at the 41-yard line.
And I tell you, both schools, man, very fortunate to have those two gentlemen in charge. I can't say enough about Mr. Larry Favre personally, and of course, I really look up to Mr. John Boudreau. Both of those gents under the tutelage of Mr. Brennan McCurley.
And Coakley there. Pressure came immediately through the line. Coakley was wrapped up and slung down.
Man, that is a great job by Slidell's defensive line right there. Absolutely nothing that Coakley could do.
Makes it 2nd and 12 for the Lions.
Jordan Blockton.
And
you know who else has played in this rivalry?
Anderson.
Our cameraman tonight.
Indeed, Red Sharp was a part of this as well.
Second and 2 in the
2nd and 13. Calls for it, looking to pass. Now Coakley pressure immediately again, this time getting away from it for the moment as it bears down, and he'll throw it away.
Great decision by Coakley, and I tell you, he needed every bit of his athleticism to get out of that tight spot. Slidell's front seven is just wreaking havoc in those moments, his last two plays. And it set up a 3rd and long, and that is not a good position to be in if you were a Lion. Now, if you're Coach Scobell, you've got to love what you've seen the last two plays.
3rd and 3.
Looking to pass here. Launches this one, and it is, nearly hauled in there, but knocked away by Birdlow on the coverage. Intended out there for Merrick.
And man, the second excellent D ball by Coakley. That was on the money, and if it wasn't for an excellent defensive play, it's a big yardage haul for the Lions. But Slidell's defense stepped up again, and here we are looking for the quick kick, if you will, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, Birdlow, one of the senior leaders for Slidell. We've been saying his name for years. Snap is back. This time it's blocked. And Coakley doesn't. Yep, there. He's able to scoop it in. But Slidell is going to have incredible field position to start this drive. And
amazing special teams play.
Yep. They'd been getting close all night, and there they finally were able to get the block. Talking before the game, Coach Salter was saying the regular long snapper isn't available for him. When this is the case where you have this quick kick scenario, you're not giving yourself enough room to prevent the defense from getting there.
Right. And look, man, a bull rush and a big paw, and here we are. So excellent job by the Slidell special teams. And look, Slidell had a couple of miscues earlier, so if you're Coach Cobell, you got to love seeing that as well. This recovery, if you will.
Kuzan, up, here's a reverse to Watts. Watts with room to run, and Watts takes it to the house.
Man, a little trickeration for Halloween. So trick or treat, and man, that was impressive. Nice play dialed up right there by the Tigers, and able to find pay dirt. And well, Watts is an athlete.
Yeah, what a tremendous player for the Tigers.
No doubt. And look, that's a play that you're working on, and you're like, we're going to bust this up right here at this time. That's got to give you players some excitement,
For sure. Buell on for the point after. And it's no good. So 4:38 to go here in the first half. Slidell up 13-7. And Buell to kick this one away for the Tigers. Puts it up. And gets away from the would-be tackler's room to run. He'll be brought down at about the 38-yard line on the return there. Number 38, it's Bobby Barkley.
Yeah, again, we talked about him. Not only is he an intelligent player, he's a good athlete. So able to pull the ball out of the air right there and pick up some nice yardage. Set the Lions up with some decent field position here.
And Coakley and company
Now the question
out for
is,
another drive.
Question is how soon do the Lions go back to the deep ball? Because it seems as though they feel like they got something working there.
They're close.
Yes. 2 out of 3 were on the money, and 1 was a score. So something to certainly think about going back to.
And Coakley pulls it, and he's racing forward. That's a first down for Coakley, and he's tripped up, but down to the Slidell 45-yard line.
Good athleticism on display right there. Coakley, look, I thought that he was actually going to hand the ball off. He pulled that ball at the last second.
Yes.
So, I mean, he must have read the defensive end right there and was like, nope, let's go. We're going up the middle. Good decision on his part.
4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Play coming in from the sideline for the Lions.
Good run by Coakley. It's first and 10. Ball spotted at the Slidell 46.
Give goes to Chapman, dancing around, and he'll, that could have been stopped earlier, but he still gets a gain of 3 on the carry.
And could have been stopped for a loss because, I mean, there was a hat on him in the backfield. Beautiful little jump cut, and it doesn't seem like much. But again, there's a difference between 2nd and 7 and 2nd and 11 when you're flipping through the playbook,
Game 3, it's 2nd and 7.
Coakley calling for it. Give goes to Chapman, and pulling a defender forward as he's being tripped up.
And again, he's hit at the line of scrimmage. So, we talk about yards after contact. It's almost all of his yards.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
I mean, he's getting hit almost immediately, or he's having to escape a tackle almost immediately. But again, now it's 3rd and 3 instead of 3rd and 9.
And this one slung out complete to Smith, and that'll be close. Let's see where they spot it.
It might be measurement time. It's
Nope, it's a first down. They're moving the chains.
So I knew it was close. I didn't know how close.
I do like the digital down box on the far side.
You can read that easily, can't you?
You can. Yeah, that's a beauty.
It is at that. And again, these fields, these turf fields, they make life easier trying to keep up with where you're at on the field, and especially when you have the 2 different colored grasses on the field.
Here's the deep ball. Coakley going for it, and it's hauled in for the score by the Lions. Brandon Merrick.
I knew it was going to come. I mean, it's been something that's been working. So now you're talking 3 out of 4 on the money and 2 for scores. You got to go back to that. Now, if you're Coach Scobell at halftime, you're saying, look, what do we got to do to correct that? Because that's not something we can, be allowing in the second half. But man, what a beautiful pitch and catch right there.
And this extra point for the lead for the Lions.
The point after.
And, a lot of that set up by Chapman in that hard running.
Again, it's blocked. A flag comes down. Dwayne Mills was able to get across and block.
Big paw up. Let's see what the flag is for. It looks like it could be against Slidell.
Yeah, Mills might have jumped.
And it's based on the reaction of the players, but that's my guess. Not that I saw something, because honestly I didn't.
Oh, it's a personal foul.
Wow.
So that was great athleticism there from Mills, and then a personal foul is going to negate the great block there.
That took that away from him. Now the question is that going to be half the distance? And the next question is, are the Lions going to send the offensive end to go for 2 here?
Looks like it. Yeah, here's Coakley.
Yeah, I mean, you can, you scoot up closer to the goal line, why wouldn't you? Looks like they're going to spread Slidell out. Is this going to be a Coakley keeper?
Coakley calls for it, fakes to give to Chapman now. Slings it to the end zone, it's overthrown, and the 2-point try fails, so it's tied up 13-13. 1:56 to go here in the first half. Following the 2-point try, it's a kickoff for Alamon. And once again on the return there was Buell, and he gets about to midfield.
Excellent job by Buell right there. Snag the ball out of the air, advance it, get to midfield. Excellent field position if you're Slidell.
Minute 50 for the Tigers here before the half. What do you think we see here coming out on this drive?
Well, I can tell you both of these teams are going to look up there and they're going to say, well, this is a hard-fought game, 13-13, but it's an unlucky 13 for somebody if someone else can put it in the end zone before halftime. So they're going to try to get off of that 13, especially on Halloween. They're close to it.
Kuzan rolling to his right, and he'll take off. And
Still
man,
running.
diving forward, that he turns a what would have been a sack for a loss into a 4-yard gain.
And excellent job by Kuzan. Again, he was hit probably 3 or 4 times. So hit every yard on that run. He will feel that on Monday.
This time the give goes to Watts. And diving forward, that second effort, you can't coach Hart there. Watts has a lot of it.
And he was just totally stonewalled, bounced off and looked to his left and saw space and was able to pick up an additional, as you say, 3 to 4 yards, at least 3. So that meant it was pretty much no gain, and he turned it into something.
3rd and 3 with 50 seconds to go. Here in the second, rolling to his right is Kuzan, and that goes incomplete.
And again, excellent pressure right there by number 93, Brian Jefferson. Again, the 6'2", 230 senior making his presence felt.
So the punting unit, Buell and the punting unit out for the Tigers.
And that's a good job by the Lions defense right there. So with 44
seconds.
So.
And that one will fall and be downed at the 27-yard line.
And a good job by the Lions special teams right there. As you like to say, someone yelling Peter, 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 and everybody's getting out of the way. So
Covington is going to have 35 seconds. You think we see that deep ball?
Well, I think it's a possibility. The question is do you go with the deep ball or do you just try to pop a couple of runs? Because again, Coakley has shown that he can pick up some yards quickly, and we know what Chapman can do. I mean, he is a special athlete. So this may be kind of play it conservative and get to the half.
Give goes to Chapman. He'll be brought down after a 2-yard pickup. And
That may do
Covington might be satisfied to let that run take them to the half. The clock's running down to 17. The players on the sideline are headed to the locker room, but the offense is still out there
Yeah,
as the clock runs down.
They're just waiting for the clock to hit 0, and they'll roll into the locker room and get ready for the second half.
So at the half, it's tied up, 13-13.
Backing Officer Morgan Clemens and Officer Tatum Simmons. The Swingerettes are under the direction of Kimberly Chaplain and Alyssa Kessler. The Swingerettes of the week are freshman Raja Bakels. Please enjoy the Swingerettes' traditional hit routine to Crazy Train. Great performance by the Swingerettes. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride and the roar of the North Shore, the Covington High School Marching Band. The drum major of the line band are seniors Gabriel Monteur and Stephanie Gimnez Calderon. Awesome. The Marching Lions have a non-stop show beginning with the fanfare 3, moving into Lovely Thing. Then features the Golden Silks on Let's Stay Together, followed by Dancing Dolphins procession kick routine to Industry Baby. The band goes next as they show some Move On, Still Fly. orchestra led by sponsor Claire Oviato. The flag instructor is Brooklyn Rainey. The staff of the Lions Band includes Erica Rainey, DJ Perez, and the assistant band director is Anthony Smith Jr. and director of bands of Covington High School is Neil Knockin. The director, staff, and members of the Marching Lions would like to thank the St. Paul Band and the parents for their hospitality this afternoon at the Battle of the Band. Let's hear it for the Covington High School Marching Lion Band.
Buell to kick this one away to get the second half underway. And this will be returned from the 21 by Chapman.
Taken in at the
He'll be
21.
brought down at the 21-yard line. So, Coach, it's a 13-13 game. May as well be the 0-0 that we started off with.
No doubt, no doubt. But you know what? A good first half, a competitive first half. So a tie score is not a shock. It really isn't. Good coverage right there. I just want to mention is Duke Foster, senior for Slidell. Nice tackle right there on the return. So Lions set up shop. As you mentioned, a 13-13 game. And, well, something's got to give at some point. So let's see what the Lions offense can do.
Coakley has pressure bearing down, and he'll be brought down after about a 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened on that play, but that did not look like it was designed to do that. Coakley, with his athleticism, was actually able to make something out of it. But again, a positive play for the Lions offense. It keeps the playbook a little more open than maybe it could have been if he had been a deer in the headlights right there. Again, nice to have a senior signal caller.
2nd and 8. Coakley calls for it. This time they give to Chapman. Bounces off a would-be tackler. Tries to spin out of that one. Excuse me. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down.
And again, yards after contact. He has just willed his way to this yardage tonight.
Yeah, tremendous athlete for the Lions. And it's 3rd and 1 as the play comes in from the sideline. Oh, I have an update while we have time here. Rayson Brown, 26 for Slidell. We didn't have his name in the first half. He had some good runs.
Yes, he
I got
did.
it at the half for you.
Good deal.
Fakes the give. Coakley on his own. That one blown up, and he's suplexed back.
Well done by the Slidell Tigers defensive front seven. A lot of white striped hats to the ball.
Tyler Roberts.
Yeah, how about those helmets for Slidell?
Gotta love them. Kind of Bengals-esh.
4th and 5 in the sticking with the quick kick. I guess, you can't really make the adjustment when your long snapper's out.
That's right. You do what you do.
But Slidell got a block the last time we saw it. This time, barely pressuring. And that one will be downed at about the 47 yard line.
So good job right there by the Slidell defense to step up on a 3rd and 1. Make the play they needed to make, and man, they've set their offense up with good field position.
And we go from that combo of Coakley and Chapman now over to the combo of Kuzan and Watts.
And man, that's two good combinations. Two good combinations, and both running backs have just run hard.
Fakes the give to Watts. Kuzan looking to pass. Launches it, and it's tipped up, falls incomplete, and a flag comes late there for potentially interference.
It usually is the case.
Oh, we actually have 2 flags down.
And man, I tell you, that was into a crowd, but it was a crowd that was, well, let's say a little closer together than maybe they should have been.
So a discussion here
not sure what the discussion is about, but my assumption is that this is against the Lions.
Illegal man downfield on Slidell. Pass interference on Covington. An offset.
Well, the one that we thought was on Covington was on Covington. Didn't see the illegal man downfield. I was looking downfield. So, yes, offsetting penalties.
2nd and 10. 9:32 to go here in the third.
So I keep looking for number 49 for Slidell on the field. We'll have to keep an eye out.
This time the give goes to Watts. Oh, he had room, but that his legs just got taken out from under him.
And it looked like big number 68 got literally a thumb or a forefinger on him.
Bursch.
Jamonte Bursch.
5'11", 335.
And I tell you what, it must have been a big paw. Reached out, grabbed an ankle, and that's all it took.
2nd and 9 for the Tigers.
So, I kid about number 49, Tevan Inman, but I don't think we're related, but he's got a good last name.
That he does. Give goes to Watts. I thought I was going to say he makes a tackle or miss. He didn't. Got to wrap up on his leg there.
That's right.
So
good hard running again, but man, able to reach out and again grab an ankle right at the last second.
3rd and 6 for the Tigers.
It's a big play here for the Lions defense. Tigers are on the Lions side of midfield. And look, if Slidell's able to pick up 4 or 5 yards, that's going to present a challenge to Coach Gobel. What's he going to do? Of course, he's looking at this saying, we want more than 6 yards.
Rolling to his left, Kuzan throws it and in and out of the hands of Napier.
And a good job by the offensive line. Kept his jersey clean until he could get the pass off. But, as you mentioned, in and out of the hands. So, it's going to create a little bit more of a challenge here on 4th and 7.
Buell in the punting unit coming out. Back deep to return is Caden Heck, who had that interception to start off the game.
He's had a busy night. So he had the interception, the targeting call, which I thought was a clean hit. And now he's back waiting to return a punt. Smart player that he is.
That is exactly what you do on the Peter call.
That's right.
That is
just bail.
Picture perfect what you do on the Peter call.
Smart young man.
Run away. Don't mess around with it, because an errant bounce where you have somebody on the opposite side push you into it.
That's right.
It's their ball.
So another dimension here. I played baseball here at Covington High School with his dad. So again, this rivalry many
generations.
It is. It's multi-generational.
So Coakley, give goes to Chapman on the left side there, and he'll gain about 5.
And YAC, yards after contact.
That is a stat that needs to be tracked on him.
It's impressive. It is impressive. And he just resets and is ready to go. Like I said, a workhorse. And the nice thing about that, if you're the Lions, is, again, Coakley can now take it, or he can put it deep.
Fakes the give. Coakley racing forward, gets away from a would-be tackler. And then the guy who brings him down there, Camacho, gets Covington some extra yards.
The little tackle from behind, but, you got to get the guy down. So
a fresh set of downs for the Lions as this drive continues.
And once again, if you got Chapman, it keeps defenses honest. They got to keep an eye on him, because he's got home run capability. He can get the edge, and he can kick it into another gear.
Coakley looking to pass, and it's blocked down. Batted down by Austin Buell.
Nice job by Slidell's defense front. Austin Buell was able to get a big paw up right there, and that came from penetration. He was actually able to get into the backfield a couple of yards, and a great job by that young man.
Second and 10.
On that play. Okay.
Does Chapman come in to the near side, or is he actually coming off? No, near side.
Second and 10.
This one launched out looking for Chapman, and it falls incomplete, and there comes a flag.
Excellent job by Chapman adjusting to the ball in flight. And look, the Slidell DB at that point had no choice but to grab, because if he doesn't, then Chapman has the inside position. And look, if he catches that ball, he's going to the house. So a good decision right there.
Jordan Jacobs.
That will move the chains, and the drive will continue.
On the Slidell side of the field.
Ball spotted at the
6:08 to go here in the third. We're still tied up 13-13.
So we mentioned the copious amount of injuries that the Lions have had to deal with. Chapman was actually a wide receiver at the beginning of the year. When he was, oh, look at this.
Coakley broke free, and he'll gain an extra yard.
I thought Coakley was down, so I was going to continue with some commentary.
Yeah, it looked like he was down in the middle of the field.
And he wasn't.
He broke to the outside, so what would have been a no gain turns into a 2-yard gain.
And again, we've seen that Slidell has made Covington earn every single yard, but yards after contact. It is happening because of good hard running, in that case, by Coakley.
Coakley calling for it on second down, fakes to give to Chapman, and he'll run, and he'll gain 2 on the carry. He thought for a second. He had 2 defenders looking right at him, and it was kind of like a stalemate there for a second. Then Coakley said, I need to run.
I got to do
takes
something.
off, yeah. So he's brought down after a 2-yard gain there.
And look, it could easily be a 3rd and 10. Instead, it's a 3rd and a long 6. But a 3rd and a long 6, you still have the run option, definitively available to you if you're the Lions. But boy, again, Slidell is making the Covington offense earn every yard.
Here on 3rd down, Coakley looking to pass, and it's complete out to Merrick. And Merrick crosses the 30-yard line, brought down by Jacobs.
Excellent job of pitch and catch right there. And Coakley, he almost kind of sidearmed that, and man, he delivered it on the money. Good job right there by Merrick as well. Pulled the ball in, chains move, and the drive continues.
Brandon Merrick on the receiving end. It's a first down for the Lions.
4:21 on the clock.
27.
Coakley launches this one to the end zone, and it falls incomplete. Intended out there for Brock.
And I tell you what, that's Coakley feeling it right there, because that was into double coverage. So that's one of those where when you look back on film, you're going to say, man, that's not the one I want. But again, he's been on the money all night long. So I can understand his confidence right there in that moment.
And Chapman around the outside. That will be a first down before being forced out of bounds, but he's not brought down.
No. He is, look, he runs hard. He's elusive. He's got the next gear. He's a quality back, man. Quality back. And on the other side of the ball, you got Watts, who has all those same attributes.
What a drive this has been.
It has. It was aided by the one penalty, but the reality is like I said, the DB made the right call there.
Coakley will take it himself, looking to go up the middle. It was jammed up. He'll gain 1 on the carry.
Coakley's looking for a flag right there. He had his helmet ripped off, And he's saying, you know, hey, there's got to be a penalty at that point, and he's got to come out though.
Yeah, LZ
No
will
penalty.
go in.
No penalty. You know, your helmet pops off. And this is again where Covington is blessed. You can turn to LZ, who has played other positions as well, kind of like Heck. You know, played other positions and been instrumental. But man, how lucky is Coach Salter in trying to manage this incredibly difficult season, have 2 senior signal callers to turn to.
And Chapman up the middle, maybe a yard.
And you know, some good blocking right there. I tell you what, I'm actually looking at the Covington O-line, and all I can tell you is there was a drive block right there that almost ended up in the field house. So
makes it 3rd and 9.
Abram Lewis, and that's not a surprise, 6'7", 310-pound junior.
6'7".
So, and look, he'll next year, because that offensive line returns, it's technique.
Slung out to Chapman. 5, dives for it, touchdown.
As I mentioned earlier, he was a wide receiver before the onset of all of the injuries. It's something that you can simply retask out of the backfield and say, we're going to get the ball to you out of the backfield. And what a beautiful job right there on that pitch and catch. Able to extend to the pylon.
19-yard touchdown pass.
Extra point coming here for the Lions. And it's blocked again. My goodness. That's Dwayne Mills for the 2nd time tonight. The first time negated by a flag. This time it stands.
Are we in the Matrix? Because it must be a glitch in the Matrix, because I feel like I just saw that not too long ago.
So 19-13. Covington leads. 2:34 to go here in the 3rd. Buell kicks off. This one takes a bounce. Hauled in by Elzy. And he'll be brought down at the 30-yard line.
Elzy with some sure hands right there, able to snag the ball out of the air and get the Covington offense back on the field. What a quick response by the Tigers. So it was an excellent drive out last time for the Lions. And, yeah, it still counts as a drive, but in all reality, man, that was the Corey Kuzan show on that run. He hit the afterburners, and there was no catching him.
Yeah, that'll be something to see when watching him in baseball at Oklahoma when he's going for the extra bases.
That's it. Well, and if the football staff sees that kind of play.
Coach Venables might be making a call. Oh, Coakley drops it and falls right on top of it.
Man, that's one of those where it's just unlucky in that moment, but that's going to set up a 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. And that makes things a little more challenging. Look, we talked about yard after contact and positive yardage coming out of that. And even though you're looking at a 3rd down, it's typically a 3rd and 6 or a 3rd and 5. This is a little different animal right here.
1:35 to go here in the 3rd. Looking to pass. Oh, and he's hit from the blind side. Brought down by Jalen Anderson.
Anderson was shot out of a cannon coming around that edge. So, and this is what I meant. At 2nd and 14, look, if you're Slidell, you could pin your ears back. And now with 3rd in a you know, we'll call it a ride share because I don't want to use a name. But
right.
The reality is this is a haul. So you can fully expect Slidell to put some pressure on. Although with such a long line to get, they may drop back, and they do.
Coakley slings this one long, and it's incomplete on the tip drill there.
And looks like we have a Slidell player down after that play.
We're going to step away for the injury time.
Christian Richard.
And the quick kick here from Coakley. Fair catch called at the 50.
Fair catch.
So it'll be Slidell ball at their own 48-yard line to start this drive. They're up 20-19.
Excellent field position for the Tigers, looking to extend the lead. And I tell you what, if you give Corey Kuzan the edge, that's exactly what's going to happen, because that was an impressive run. Man.
Coakley doing the punting for the Lions.
Slidell's offensive line has done a good job this evening.
Kuzan calls for it. Oh no, he keeps it himself. And that'll be no gain on the keeper.
A little trickeration that did not work that time. We've mentioned his name quite a few times tonight, but that was Brian Jefferson. Looked like Jackson Majwa in on that tackle as well.
Brian Jefferson making the tackle on that last play.
And will step away for another injury timeout.
Good Body Shop assists you with all your collision repair needs.
All right, coming out of the timeout, Slidell 2nd and 10.
That is the end of the third quarter.
And that's the end of the third quarter. So at the end of the third, Slidell leads 20-19. Calls for it here on 2nd down. Watts dancing around and making a 6-yard gain out of a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, I tell you, there were 3 people who had a shot at him, but I mean, you can't tackle that guy in a phone booth sometimes.
Jeez.
So, you know, not that these youngsters know what a phone booth is. So
Yeah. You know, I barely do.
there you go. See?
3rd and 4. Looking to pass here is Kuzan rolling near side. He launches this one.
That is picked off.
Oh, they say incomplete.
The official in the center is saying it's picked off. And
Oh, wow.
The other direction. Now it's a conversation.
So it's a conversation. That's incredible. His hand, from what it looked like up here, his hand popped it up, and then he caught it.
It's what it looked like to me as well. So now there's a discussion in the middle. They're going to have to figure this out. And what are they saying? It looks like he's saying, look, he's down right here. So, man, they're trying to figure out exactly where to place the ball. I'm saying that this is going to be a pick based on their reaction.
The Covington coach is asking us in the booth over for instant replay.
Now they're saying incomplete.
They rule incomplete. I'm looking over the shoulder of one of Covington's coaches here, trying to see it on the huddle footage. And that, well, man, looking at it, if we had red flags, that would be a challenge. Because I'm looking at it on the huddle film. It looks like he popped it up and caught it.
Man.
Yeah.
That is a tough break for the Lions. But Slidell is punting, so. And it
Sky
is.
kick.
And once again, Covington smartly gets out of the way. And the reality is, at the end of the day, just a few seconds later, one play later, Covington actually has better field position than they would have with the pick. So now let's see what happens with this particular drive. Slidell stood firm on a 3rd and 1 last time out. Prior to that, Covington had a beautiful drive. So, man, it's one of those nights you just don't know who's going to step up, because both teams have been able to do so on both sides of the ball.
So you may have said this while I was continuing to look at the huddle footage over there, but Covington actually has better field position than had he picked it off.
Yes.
So.
Yes. So
Calls for it. Fakes the give. Coakley rushing forward, and a gain of 2 on the carry.
So Covington, if you're the Covington coaching staff, you're looking at that going, I'll gladly take 2nd and 8 over 2nd and 15. Because remember, it was 2nd and 15, give or take, when Slidell was able to pin their ears back and get the sack that made it 3rd and forever. So that's what killed that drive. But nonetheless, Covington out there looking to continue this drive. 2nd and 8 for the Lions.
Motion across from Merrick. Coakley slings it out, and it's in and out of the hands of Merrick. Falls incomplete. On the coverage there was Jacobs.
Good pitch and catch right there. Well, good pitch and almost catch. Well defended right there by Slidell. Not turning to scope out the ball, playing the player, but playing the player's eyes, and was able to make a good play on the ball.
3rd and 8.
So the next question is when do the Lions look deep again?
Well, an empty set here. Calls for it, launches it, and it's incomplete. He had Smith out there.
Slidell came with a blitz package right there, put pressure on Coakley immediately. He stayed in and tried to deliver a strike, but just a little bit off. So the pressure paid dividends for the Tigers. I keep waiting for the Lions to go with a fake punt here at some point as well.
Deep in their own territory.
Look, I know that doesn't make sense at all. So it wouldn't be here, so to speak.
Intended for Smith.
They get a good roll.
Coakley has just he's been coming up aces on the rolls.
Yeah, down that one at the 24-yard line.
So years ago, I remember the late great Al Smith, head coach here at the Lions, going down to Lutcher, and Covington was down in that game and had the ball 4th and like forever on their 10-yard line, and Allie Smith ran a fake punt for a 1st down, and they went on to score and win the game. And I'll never forget as long as I live, because I was on the visitor side. When I walked down, a fella said, "You shake that coach's hand for the bravest play I've ever seen."
Give goes to Watts, and he makes players miss there before being brought down for a 3-yard gain. But once again, Watts just with the tremendous running.
Yards after contact. There were a lot of hats getting to him, and he was able to stay upright and find some yardage.
And we are going to step away for an injury timeout. Coming out of the injury timeout, 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
Kuzan will call for it, and the give goes to Watts following some excellent blocking. Patient running, bounces off of a tackler, and he has a 1st down.
You know, I mentioned earlier in the game, man, Slidell's line has looked good tonight. And usually the way that works, and you should know this better than I, as that offensive line clicks and the game wears on, and you impose your will, that's got to be a good feeling.
It's an
if
excellent
you're a Tiger.
feeling. If you're an offensive lineman and it starts kind of going in slow motion for you and everything's clicking to the point where it runs just like you run it in practice, that's what you want.
And this is where you might see some of that depth from the Lions missing.
Fakes the give,
Wow.
and Kuzan, he'll gain 2.
Nice job right there, number 65, Max Guy, only a freshman, making the tackle.
How about that, getting some time under the Friday night lights
Absolutely.
in the oldest rivalry in the parish.
Absolutely. And again, the Lions, they're on the young side because of all the injuries. And what I mentioned earlier, when you're missing a 6'5", 260-pound athlete in Lawson Champaign that plays defensive line, it can show at times. And like I said, we're seeing a youngster out there.
Once again, the give to Watts, and
Wow.
he's dropped.
Yeah, a big play right there. Number 45, Chase Blackwell, just able to put a shoulder in a chest. And that's about the only way that you can slow down Mr. Watts, but an excellent job by Blackwell.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Big play right here for the Lions D. And of course, if you're Slidell, you have the lead, you can milk the clock. A first down would be very handy for the Tigers.
Down to 7:29.
3rd and 8.
Motion out. Kuzan will be by himself. Slung out. Caught. Racing forward, and he got away from the would-be tacklers there. Goes out of bounds on his own feet.
The sideline got him, kind of like Chapman earlier. Stays up. 2 excellent backs on the field tonight.
Looks like a new punter in Tyler Oliver. Snap is back. The punt is away, and this will be returned by Heck. Heck will go out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
With the return.
Brought out by Dwayne Mills.
Lions with a little bit of work here. Tigers have played well on the defensive side the last 2 series. Looks like, do we have a flag on the play? I don't know. I thought so, but maybe
Yeah,
not.
it's at the 40-yard line on the opposite
Okay.
side.
So I'm
Looks like
assuming,
it looks like it might be a legal shift.
assuming that will be declined, and Covington will take the ball and start to their possession.
Lions will take over first and the ball spotted at the 28.
So we're both teams are ready to go. We're waiting on the chain crew.
With the uber bright numbers.
Tossed out, and they're gonna call Smith down.
And it had to have been close. Just a blade of grass must have touched his knee. It's artificial, so I guess you can't break it off and say it didn't happen. that didn't give me look. So
2nd and 9 now for the Lions, trailing by 1 point.
that's it. It's been a close game. 2 teams, again, when you're talking Covington, it's been the injuries. When you're talking Slidell, it's been the youth movement. But of course, with the injuries, I suppose that's the case for the Lions as well.
Coakley, a big collision, but it's hauled in.
Wow.
Hauled in by Stokes.
Stokes with a huge catch right there. And will that move the chains?
It does.
Indeed it does. Man, he held on to the ball, and he took a lick in the process. So what a tough catch in a big moment.
Look, if you're going to take the punishment,
Might as
you
well.
might as well hold on
Might
to
as
it.
well catch it.
First down, call the Lions. Big play.
Clock down to 5:30.
On the near side on the offensive line, that's Mr. Abrams.
Coakley looking to pass his pressure, bears down, and he's sacked.
Huge play right there.
Tyler Roberts on the sack.
That is a massive,
Is sacked.
massive play by the Slidell defense. It's going to set up 2nd down and
26.
yes, that is a haul.
It's 2nd and 26 for the Lions.
Well, we talked about the Lions going to the deep ball. They may have to do that just to get a first down here.
Second and
Indeed.
25.
3 to the top of the screen. This one slung out is picked off! Picked off by Buell, and he will take it to the house for the pick 6.
That is a big play.
Intercepted. For the touchdown.
Now the question is, what does Slidell do? I'm assuming they'll go for 2 because that would make it a 2-score game.
And now, after taking the pick 6 to the end zone, Buell's going to kick the extra point.
Well, I tell you, Coach Gobel's got to have some confidence in his defense. They've played very well in the latter stage of this second half, including a pick six taken to the house by the man about to take the extra point attempt.
And kick is up. And
Nope.
it's no good. There was a lot of pressure
Wow.
there. 4:34 to go here in the game. Slidell up 26-19.
Slidell.
And the kickoff here from guess who? Buell. And on the run, gang tackled down there is Corey Toney.
The Lions will set up shop after the pick six by Buell, as we mentioned. It's still only a 7-point game, so it's a one-possession game for the Lions to look to go down. And at that point, if they can find pay dirt, the decision's going to have to be made. Overtime or go for the win. Man, the Lions have been in some tough games recently, and it seems like it's always coming down to the last play.
You know, you said that word, the overtime word.
I did.
In the prep zone, when that word gets said, the percentage is very high of it happening.
Well, we'll see, I guess.
Snap back, toss complete, and that might be a face mask there, but it's complete to Merrick.
So good job by Merrick. Good, pitch and catch. Picked up some yardage, and it's going to move the chains for the Lions.
Picks up the first down.
So 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line.
So the only thing I'll tell you about the OT coming into play is if the Lions can find pay dirt, their last 2 games have been decided by 2-point conversions. So I don't know if the extra point will come into play, especially after what we've seen tonight.
Coakley looking to pass, pressure bearing down, runs away from it, and that is incomplete.
Good job by Coakley to avoid pressure right up the middle. So
the pressure coming from Jeremiah Birdlow, a 6'4", 235-pound sophomore.
Man, he is a load.
Second down and 10.
And that's where that's a good decision by Coakley and good athleticism. Like I said, he was able to find a little bit of space and get rid of the ball, because 2nd and 26 is tough to deal with. 2nd and 10 you can manage.
Chapman motioning out, and the snap gets past him. Picks it up and launches it, and incomplete, out of bounds.
Again, another athletic play by Coakley right there. And able to save some yardage, because that could have been disastrous for the Lions.
3rd and 10 now.
And the pressure has been there. Now that was I don't know if it was a poor snap, wasn't handled correctly, but or whatever the case may be, but the pressure was there immediately.
But the snap was low and went to the outside of Coakley's left leg, getting past him.
3rd and 10 here. Then the Lions may be in 4-down territories. Where does it sound?
Pressure coming again, but that one is, let's see what they call it. They say incomplete. Intended for Brandon Merrick.
Tell you what, Merrick, he's made some catches tonight, and that one was awfully close.
Intended for Brandon Merrick. It's 4th down.
So yes, the Lions will keep everybody out, and I don't think this will be a quick hit, given the circumstances with the time.
Yeah, 5 wide set here. Calls for it. Coakley looking to pass, and that is complete. Hauled in. Now where will the spot be? Because that may be a yard shy.
Well, I'm not sure how this is playing out, but they're still looking across the field. Is this going to be a measurement, or are they just going to call it short?
Oh,
And it is short, it
Yeah.
looks.
So a turnover on downs, and Slidell gets the ball back with 3:52 to go here in the game.
Tigers defense stepped up, and I don't have the timeouts in front of me. What does Covington have in terms of those?
3.
So, well, 3:33 with 3 timeouts. It's a weird bit of numerology. So,
Well, it's 3:52.
oh, well, then it's really weird because that's not what it is.
Because we're not there yet.
Is that a precursor? Is that foreshadowing?
Is the clock going to stop at 3:33? Let's see.
We'll see. We'll see. Well, then more time for the Lions defense, although Slidell's offense, in particular their offensive line, has looked good the last 2 drives.
Here goes Watts breaking a tackle, and it always takes the second or third man to bring him down. 8-yard gain there for Watts, who has been absolutely tremendous.
He has. We have a Lion down on the play.
We're going to step away for an injury timeout.
DeMarcus Scott brought to the sideline. It's 2nd and 2.
So 2nd down and 2 for Slidell.
Good run. Good run right there by Watts. Pick up 8. It really opens up the playbook here for Slidell, in particular, as well as their offensive linesman playing.
Give going to Watts again, following his blockers, but nothing doing there. Pressure from Covington, and he is driven back.
Big play by the Lions defense. That's going to be a loss on the play, and it's going to set up a 3rd and looks to be about 6.
Clock's still winding, and that is Slidell's best friend right now.
It is, but again, this is a big play because if Covington can get the ball back with 3 timeouts, that is a lot of time. And the Lions have shown they have some big strike capabilities this evening.
Kuzan calls for it. Give goes to Watts, and he'll dive forward to the 50-yard line. So now you're looking at a 4th and 2 situation.
And a good job right there. It looked like Kylan Williams. I'm sorry, not Kylan Williams. Ryan Jones in on the tackle.
So back to return will be Caden Heck. It looks like we have a timeout on the field. 2:05 to go here in the game. Slidell up 26-19. All right, so punt unit on. Buell punts this one away.
It's punt.
And that gets an exceptional roll. Still going, and oh, a dive for it! Oh my goodness! Pushed into the end zone. Wait, was that? Yeah, Slidell's saying it was it was touched by Covington, and they recovered it for a score. But it's a touchback called on the field, so now it's a discussion. Oh, they're very excited, and it's a touchdown for Slidell on a special teams miscue.
That it was. No other way to say that. So, yep, that is a big turnaround. So we're all kind of in disbelief here. I mean, we've had some weird plays throughout the years with Slidell and Covington. So that one was definitely a weird play. So now what is Slidell going to do? I'm assuming they'll just go for 1. It's a 2-score game, so Covington's going to have to strike twice in incredibly short order.
Covington has a guy coming on late. Kick is up, and it's good. 1:54 to go in the game, and Slidell leads 33-19. And Buell kicks this one away. On the run here, looking to bring it back to the middle, and a bunch of flags come flying.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but it looked like it was on the far side, and it looks like it's going to be against the Lions, and it is. It's holding. So that means the Lions offense, which has a daunting task in front of it already, well, it just became a little bit more insurmountable.
At the 25.
So 1:47 to go here in the game.
So it's going to take quick strike, onside, quick strike, extra point, onside kick, quick strike, 2-point conversion. That's a lot to ask for in less than 2 minutes.
It is a lot to ask for in less than 2 minutes.
Now, I will say I was here when Covington High was down 14 against Ponchatoula, and Jason Mars was able to come up with 2 scores on 2 bombs in 2 minutes.
Coakley looking to pass here on the screen, and that one's blown up, and he's dropped. You say Jason Mars. We talk about, generational players in the game. Is he related to the PA announcer here?
That would be the
Kevin Mars.
The voice of the Lions. Yes, that would be Kevin Mars' son. I believe there was actually 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in that game. So a little more time than what we had tonight.
We're going to step away for an injury timeout. 2nd and 13 now for the Lions. 1:17 on the clock. And that one gets past Coakley. He picks it up, and he'll be dropped down for a loss down to the 4-yard line.
And again, Coakley actually did a good job of fielding that. He looked like a shortstop. So it's tough. It's tough to come back when you can't get the ball, and that's just one of those unfortunate aspects. The Lions have a number of people out as well this week due to Mother Nature and an incursion from Mother Nature. But that being said, they were thin, but don't take anything away from what Coach Gobel has been able to do with the Slidell Tigers as of late. Man, if this bodes well for if this is the future of Slidell, it bodes well.
For sure. But also what we're looking at, that one's knocked out, and it goes out of bounds at the 1 where it'll be spotted. But looking at both of these teams and seeing the young talent on both sides of the ball, the future is bright.
Indeed.
The future is bright for the Covington Lions as well.
For sure. A lot of youngsters. A whole lot of youngsters for the Lions. And, Slidell has been a work in progress, and they're about to have a 2-game winning streak going into week 9.
Coakley standing in his own end zone here. Calls for it. Running, and he'll launch that one away, and it falls incomplete as he was trying to throw it away. Pressure came almost immediately.
Well defended.
And that is going to be a 1st and goal for
Slidell.
So, and that realistically should do it.
Slidell takes a knee. And that should be the end of the ball game. Time running out. The final score.
The clock will run out as the players line up for the good games.
Congratulations.
And Slidell wins it 33-19. Let's send our thank yous to those who helped bring you this game, starting with our superintendent, Mr. Frank Jabbia, supervisor of broadcasting, Dr. Melody Menard, cameraman, Rhett Sharp, editor and coordinator of Channel 13, Dave Williams, color analyst, Coach Jimmy Inman. So from Jack Salter Stadium, where Slidell wins it 33-19, my name is Grant Yenny. Good night.